Okay, let's get into this. Today we're doing a deep dive on the film The Bikeriders.
Sounds good.
Our source material is just a single review of the movie, so one specific perspective.
Right, one lens on it.
And our mission, really, is to unpack this review. We want to pull out the key insights, about the story, the style, the themes, so you can get a real feel for what this reviewer thought was interesting, what's important about the film.
Based just on their take, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way to approach it.
Exactly. So get ready to kind of dive into the world of a 1960s Midwest motorcycle club, all seen through these eyes.
And what's interesting right away is that the film itself, according to the review, it's based on something real.
Yeah, that's right. It mentions the photographer Danny Lyon. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, he apparently spent time with this new motorcycle group, the Vandals. Took pictures, did interviews.
Like embedded journalism almost, with a camera.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he wanted to make a book out of it. That whole project is what the writer-director, Jeff Nichols, used as a jumping-off point.
So it's grounded in that documented reality, which gives it a certain weight, even filtered through Nichols and then this reviewer.
Absolutely. And the review introduces the main players through that same frame, through Lyon's recording.
Oh, right.
It starts with Kathy, Jodie Comer's character, talking into his microphone.
Okay.
And the reviewer gives this great little detail about her voice. Flat vowels and Betty Boop squeaks.
Ah, that's evocative. Really paints a picture, doesn't it? Sets a time and place just with sound.
It really does. And her first story is apparently about marrying Benny just 5 weeks after they met.
Wow. Okay, so impulsive, maybe a bit reckless, or just swept up in it all.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah.
And Benny, he's played by Austin Butler. He's her husband, part of the Vandals.
Got it.
Then there's the leader, Johnny. Tom Hardy plays him.
Okay, Hardy. Interesting.
And the review points out this fascinating tidbit. Johnny apparently started the club because he saw Marlon Brando in The Wild One.
No kidding. So life imitating art right from the beginning. That's a huge piece of context.
It really is. Makes you think about, authenticity versus image from the get-go.
Definitely.
So the review tracks the club's story, its evolution. Kathy, initially she says they weren't too sinister.
Okay, so how did it start?
Just, a few bar fights and catcalls, according to her initial take in the review.
Right, and the reviewer mentions it began as a place for what? Drinking beers, doing tricks?
Helping with repairs.
Yeah.
Just guys hanging out around bikes, basically.
Seems pretty standard, almost innocent in a way. A shared hobby.
But yeah, here's the turn the review highlights. As the club got bigger, it started attracting the wrong crowd.
Yeah, that classic story. Things get popular and then...
Exactly. And the review's description of what it turned into is pretty intense. Ripley with toxic machismo, escalating violence, and petty jealousies.
So that initial community feel just fractured or got twisted.
Seems like it completely transformed, yeah.
Yeah.
But is it all action? Fights and chases?
Well, the review says, no, actually.
Right. It calls it a dialist-driven exploration.
Focusing tightly on Kathy, Benny, and Johnny. Less about the stunts, more about them.
Yeah, the characters. The review suggests the film really wants you to feel the atmosphere.
Like, get inside that world.
Totally.
Yeah.
The reviewer uses this great language, saying the film wants you to smell the grease and bloodied knuckles, the cheap whiskey, and the leathery bar stools.
Wow. That's trying to create a really sensory, immersive experience. You can almost picture it.
You really can. And the review also picks up on the contrasts the film explores.
Like what?
Like the small-town mindset contrasted with the yearning for the open road. That tension.
Okay, yeah. The pull between staying put and breaking free.
And this one really stood out. The glamour of being a biker's girl juxtaposed with the threat of being the lone female at a picnic or house party.
Ooh. Yeah, that cuts right to Kathy's situation, doesn't it? The danger underneath the image.
Absolutely. It shows the reviewer saw that nuance, that it wasn't just romanticizing the life.
Which brings us to the performances. The review seems pretty high on the main three.
Definitely. Austin Butler as Benny. The reviewer has this funny line about him shrugging off the Elvis jumpsuit for dirty vests and leather jackets.
Ah, good one. So what's Benny like?
Taciturn, known for getting into scraps. Butler's performance is described as moody, brooding.
Echoing Brando, maybe, like the inspiration Johnny had.
Exactly. The reviewer draws that parallel, kind of embodying that troubled rebel thing.
Okay. And Tom Hardy as Johnny.
Excellent, the review says. The aging group leader. Loyal, protective, but also single-minded and no-nonsense.
Sounds like a commanding presence.
Yeah, and the reviewer notes this cool detail. Hardy apparently keeps guys in line with just one sideways glance or pursing of his lips.
Wow, that says a lot. Quiet authority, not just yelling, speaks to Hardy's performance, I guess.
It really does. And then there's Jodie Comer as Kathy, our narrator.
Right, telling the story through interviews, flashbacks.
The review calls it a solid dramatic performance. You apparently see her go from loving Benny to eventually really loathing what the biker culture turned into.
So a real arc there, from attraction to disillusionment.
Yeah. Described as flirty and Bambi-eyed when she needs to be, but ultimately a powerhouse performance.
That sounds like a key journey for the audience, seeing it through her changing perspective.
Definitely. And it's not just them. The supporting cast gets mentioned too. Michael Shannon, Damon Harriman, Boyd Holbrook, Norman Reedus.
Oh, wow. Some heavy hitters in there.
Yeah, and the reviewer says they do a solid job making their characters distinct, not just, motorcycle meatheads.
Good. Makes the world feel more real if the side characters have depth.
And apparently many of their stories are tinged with sadness, which hints at maybe why they joined the group.
Right. Seeking belonging or escaping something else.
Oh, yeah, and the reviewer actually connects this to bigger things, clear socioeconomic implications, and also the impact of international wars on these young men as time goes on.
Ah, so the film uses the club to say something broader about America at that time. The scars, the pressures.
That's definitely the implication from the review.
Yeah.
It gives the story more weight.
Okay, so the tone. It sounds like it doesn't stay in that early, maybe slightly romanticized place.
Not at all. The review says it stops feeling vaguely sexy and gets laced with an undercurrent of barely concealed rage.
Wow. A definite shift to something darker. Palpable tension.
And the reviewer points to visual things that show this, like the fraying on the biker jackets, the dirt under the fingernails, the mound of cigarette stubs.
Little details that show the wear and tear, the decay setting in.
Yeah, and a focus on emotional disturbances, too. It's not just surface level.
Okay. Does the review mention specific examples of this? Darkness.
It does. There's a scene described as particularly shocking, where Kathy is almost assaulted by some other bikers.
Oh, wow.
The reviewer describes it as full of panic and fear and anger. Really visceral, apparently.
That sounds like a turning point, showing the real danger that emerged, not just boys being boys.
Definitely not. And even Johnny, the leader who started it all, he gets drawn into a fiery act of revenge that the reviewer felt seemed kind of at odds with who he was at the start.
So the environment, the violence, it corrupts even the founder. Pulls him down.
That's the suggestion, that the thing he created kind of consumed him or changed him in a fundamental way.
Fascinating. So summing up the reviewer's overall take.
They say with those fantastic performances, it's a film for people who like well-rounded characters and dialogue-driven drama.
So less about the bikes, more about the humans on the bikes. A character study, really.
Exactly. And the big message, according to the review, is that what looks like a nostalgic approach at first actually reveals a much more distressed America, in particular the small-town Midwest.
Using this small group as a window onto bigger issues, social anxieties, economic stress.
Yeah. It's not just a biker flick. It's got layers, according to this review.
And the violence. The lifestyle.
The reviewer is very clear. No glamour to be found in the violence depicted or the dangerous interpretations of what it means to be masculine or loyal.
Okay. So it depicts it, but doesn't endorse it. It strips away the romantic sheen.
That's definitely the takeaway from the review. It shows the harsh side, the damaging stuff.
And the final verdict from the reviewer.
They found it, and this is a direct quote, a thoroughly engaging watch from start to finish.
So, a strong recommendation then. Sounds like a complex, atmospheric film with great acting tackling some tough themes.
Seems like it. So, it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? This story, as the review lays it out, starting from inspiration from a movie, The Wild One.
Right. That cinematic ideal.
And then evolving into something dark, violent, as it grows and faces reality, faces external pressures. What does that suggest about how groups form, their identity? And can those original intentions, even if they start out pure, actually survive reality?
Yeah. Can idealism survive the pressures of growth in the real world? That's definitely something to chew on.